up? Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building.
Yeah. Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when it comes to the show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when it comes to the show.
I'm Lupe, I'm Julian. I'm with the Elite DC Magazine.com. And I have a question. It's more of a personal question, but if you had your way, what would rap and hip hop be?
It would be what it is. You know, there's nothing wrong with hip hop. You know, it is what it is. There's a commercial hip hop, you know, and then there's a cultural hip hop. You know, the culture of hip hop is alive and strong and well. It's worldwide, it's global, it's a phenomenon. People discover it and rediscover it and change it and engage it and evolve it and evolve it every day, you know, every minute of the day in 1,000 languages, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with hip hop culture. Hip hop commercialism is kind of an issue. You know, that's kind of like something wrong with that over there. You know, but it's more about the espousing of negative imagery and negativity that we put into the world. But the world is also wholly responsible for that as well because the world demands it. If the world didn't demand it, then it wouldn't be there. You know, seeing horses and carriages running around in the street because nobody wants horses and carriages. They want cars. So you have cars, and now you have cars, you need streets, and you need highways and freeways and toll roads.
I've been fortunate enough to see your shows, almost 2-3 hours long. How do you prepare for that? How do you get your mindset or get in the mind state that, okay, I got to go through this 2-month, 2, 3, 4-month tour, 3-4 hours I'm going to be exerting all this energy every night. Like, how do you get prepared, get focused to actually go on the road and do that?
All the shows on 3 hours. That's the cool tour. I know what you're talking about.
Right.
Wardrobe changes and all that good stuff. That's why I'm still here. If I couldn't perform, or if my live performance game or demand was low or non-existent, I wouldn't be here. I'd have been there. That's the only thing that keeps me seriously motivated and in tune. Like, I go in the studio to make songs, kind of to answer your question a little bit too. I go in the studio making songs because I want to perform with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll not put as many words into a song, not so somebody can get it or it's easily understood, because I won't lose my breath saying it on stage, And it's like actually going into Lasers, I was like, I'm gonna make half this a performance album. Like the song might be cool in the car, but when you see it on stage, stuff flying over here and it's gonna explode.
I think it was the show performances that made me appreciate the album even more. Like from the cool, it made and I listened to the album and it was great. But after I saw the show, I went back and was like, wow, this is
to see it articulated and the energy that I put out. It comes from the fans. It comes from that excitement that they have. It comes from the line of kids in the front who know every word better than I do in some.
Hi, I'm Shawnese. I'm from TFM Out Loud. Compared to your previous works, how can you say that you've grown on this album versus the album?
It's hard to say. It's real hard to say.
Is it hard for you to evaluate on your own?
Huh?
It's hard for you to evaluate on your own, I guess.
No, I can step outside of myself and look at myself. Narcissistic like that. But I'm addressing the same issues.
Okay.
So it's like the issues haven't changed. So I don't think that the attack should change.
Okay.
In that realm. I would say musically, I'm more comfortable bending genres. Or stepping into genres that I wasn't really comfortable with or knew how to do or from the previous albums. So that's probably one thing changing musically that you'll probably see immediately. You know, there's more, the album feels more popular, if that makes sense.
Okay.
The message is a little bit more wider, and people can be able to get it, and it's more clear. The record is more clear. I became more simple. Still
Okay.
complex, but I became adept at communicating better.
Influence in your life, but yet you are who you are today. So what do you say to the kids, you know, in this era, you know, growing up with, you know, among this gang violence, and, you know, how can they turn it around and, you know, get on that right path?
You gotta have some aspiration of getting out. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have an aspiration to get out, if you don't have an awareness that there's a world out there to even get out to, then you literally lose hope. You know, I went and talked to a community organization in Chicago where a lot of now the murders are between teenagers. You know, it's all like teenage killing school kids, killing school kids kind of thing. And I was asking the brother, I was like, what is the one thing, what are they saying is what's the problem? What's the problem? And they're out there with the kids, you know, and these are dudes who were in jail, came out, gang leaders, gang members, and they were saying, there's no hope. It's the one thing, the kids don't value life because there's no hope. Not because they're barbarians and they're evil. It's because they have no hope. So they don't see any purpose to live life. So they don't see no purpose of you living yours, you know. And that's all awareness. That's all aspiration. That's all like you don't know that there's a world outside, you know. For me, the thing that kept me going was that I lived on Madison. Madison Street is like, it runs from the lakefront, like the edge of Chicago, all the way back down into Iowa almost, into the next state. Madison just runs forever. And for a long time, Madison was a whole stroll. Madison was a main kind of divider between, you know, one side of the city and another side of the city. By literally one gang right there, no gangs on Madison, another gang on the next block. But the one thing you can see when you look down Madison is you see the Sears Tower. And the Sears Tower was the tallest building in the world, representing downtown. Downtown represented not the hood. You know, so as a little kid, I always remember having aspirations for, like, man, I want to just go downtown. I want to know what's down here. You know, I want to get away from around here and go down there. You know, and kind of using that same kind of example is some kids who can't see the Sears Tower. Literally, you know, their house faces another house on a dead-end block with this house boarded up, no daddy. You know, they selling dope on the corner, and that's all they see. You know, they go to school, they get a half-assed education, maps out of date, books out of date. You know, they turn on the TV, they don't see nothing but people glorifying where they are. The music that they listen to glorifies where they are, so they start to appreciate where they are. You know, it's the thing that will eventually kill them or send them to jail.
Think about Roundfest.
I am apolitical. I support the third man. I just left his campaign kickoff, raising funds for him. We're actually doing a big event next week around Thanksgiving. But no, I'm very apolitical. You know, I don't agree with political parties, political theories. We have there's so much wealth concentrated in one place, but there's also immense amounts of starvation occurring at the same time. That just doesn't make any sense. And if you look back, it all comes from the way things are politicized and politics out, as opposed to doing what's really good for the people.
So everybody listen, I want to thank everybody. I really appreciate the support. Thank you guys so much. Lupe, I appreciate you know, listening to your schedules and supporting everybody as they obviously want to support you. I can't wait to get the links. Please make sure y'all send me the links so I can send it to them.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know the return. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. try.